A lot of people ask me why I'm a bit funny during this time of year. Well, if you guys are so curious, I'll tell you. It was the night before Christmas Eve, or maybe 2012. I was around 15 years old, and around there I didn't believe in Santa Claus. But then at the time, when I was young, like about maybe 5, my parents told me that there was no such thing. All the presents were under the tree. The fire was just dying. I wrapped into my bed, all comfy and cozy. Put the sheets over my head and dreamed. I woke up that night, not from a dream, but from music. I wasn't sure what it was, but it sounded like it was coming from downstairs. It really sounded like the song Santa Claus is Coming to Town, but very, I don't know how to describe it, very slow and very like staticky version. It was kind of creeping me out. But then again, I was only 15 and I wasn't really afraid of anything, and I just shoved it off and went back to bed. I woke up by a big ruffling noise. What the heck is that? I thought to myself. I finally got the courage to jump out of my bed, grabbed my phone for the flashlight, and my mini axe on the side of my bed. It sounded like it was coming from downstairs, but who would be downstairs? I checked my phone. It was 2 a.m. Now I got really curious. I worked my way to the basement stairs. Creak, 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 creak. I could have sworn the creaking got louder every step I took. I finally reached the basement. Why were the lights on like that? Who was in my basement? I have to know. This is my house. I finally took enough courage to take one step, and then another, and then another, until I was finally on the final step. There was a little peek hole through the door, and I quietly, with caution, looked through it. There was a man in a Santa uniform, or I should say costume, like the ones that you see at a mall. But it was weird. It was weird. Why was there a Santa in my basement? My mom said there was no such thing as Santa. Could I have been dreaming? This was all coming too fast to me. I was about very close to just brushing it off and going back to bed. Although, because I thought I was dreaming. But I just had to know. I walked close to the Santa. He was just standing in a corner with his back turned to me. I whispered, "Dad?" It was quiet. I really hope that I would have gotten the answer that I pleaded for. Shh! Go back to bed, Jake. Dad, what are you doing up this late? Shh! Go back to bed, or you're gonna ruin the surprise. What surprise? For Christmas tomorrow morning. Now go to bed, Jake. Good night, I love you. I love you too, Dad. Oh, I sighed of relief. It was just my dad. But what was he doing at 2 a.m. downstairs, just in the corner? What kind of surprise was it? I finally head back to my room, but before I opened the door to my bedroom, I got very curious. I wanted to check, but I was going to. I went to my parents' bedroom, and I creaked open the door. Mom, I whispered. Okay, I know that's Mom. Dad? My heart sunk. I turned on the light. Guys, Dad, you were just downstairs. Jake, what are you talking about? We're in bed. Now go to... It's late. You know what time it is? Dad, there's someone in our basement. Dad, you need to look right now. He interrupted me. Here, go back to bed. I'm tired. I interrupted him. Dad, there's someone in our basement. Go check. Before I could say another word, the most strongest grip that I have ever felt grabbed my shoulder and tugged me down. I screamed on the top of my lungs. My dad shot out of bed, grabbing his rifle out of the closet. My mom screamed. I couldn't describe it. It was happening way too fast. I looked up and he looked down at me. And his face. It was not jolly, it was not happy. No. His eyes, just old, crushed. It's very hard to describe, but I'll know for this. I will never forget what he looked like. As he was dragging me, I was swinging my arms. Thankfully, I had the axe in my hand. I swung my mini axe constantly, trying to get away. But thankfully, it got stuck on his arm. He yelled as he let me go. My dad came out of his room with the rifle. He raised it up, and he shot him right in the back. He fell. My mom dialed 911. We were all surrounding the body. What was he doing here? No less than an hour, the cops and ambulance showed up at our house. My dad and I went downstairs to inspect the place. I didn't find it much, but I did notice that the window was shattered open. There was no way he could have fit through that. It was too small. But he did. The FBI came over to take fingerprints and evidence. They did notice the window too. They said he probably would have came through there, because all the doors were locked. That was his only way in. Before they wrapped Santa, or whoever he was, in the body bag, I took one more glance at him. I will never forget his face. It's crazy how stuff like this happens. It's just way too crazy. Soon after that, the cops and ambulance and all those other guys pulled out and drove away. That night, I couldn't get 1 minute of sleep. Because every time I'd close my eyes, I would see that face. That horrible, disturbing face looking down at me. So there. Now you know. Now you know why I get unsettled around this time of year. Don't get me wrong, I still love this. I really love Christmas. But just that night I will never, ever forget. And the most disturbing, creepiest thing that I'll never forget is that he knew my name.